finally, the iPhone SE video. I'm sorry for the delay, but most of you already should have heard that Apple isn't supporting me anymore. So no info, no answers, and especially no devices anymore. I'm too critical. Most of you would have heard, I guess, that it's kind of an iPhone 5S. It's exactly the same design, same sizes. So it's 1 gram more now with 113 gram, but never mind. And especially the display is exactly the same. It's just 4-inch, 102 millimeters, exactly the same resolution, 640 by 1136, coming to 326 ppi. But do not laugh. First of all, the resolution is totally okay. You see, these are really, really tiny texts here. You can read them without any problem. And especially 4-inch, I really love it because you can reach the opposite corner of the touchscreen without any problem, as you see here. No comparison to the big 5.5 inches we see a lot nowadays. So in case you do not have all the time photos and videos and presentations or something like that, it's totally okay for me to have mail or maps or browsing, the regular things you do normally on a phone. So I really love it. It's less for the money. We come to this a little bit later, but just for everyday usage, it's okay for me, in my opinion at least. Yeah, front camera, again, exactly the same like in 2013. So we have just 1.2 megapixels and an aperture of only f2.4, so not too much light, and especially just 720p video for nowadays, I guess too less, especially for the money again. But on the backside new camera model, this is now 12 megapixels, the aperture of f2.0. Okay, instead of 2.2, that sounds less, but as you might know, it's going exponentially, so gathering way more light, and especially in autofocus with face detection. So much more quicker and much more precise. And last of all, it's 4K video in case you need it. But this is something depending on the internal memory. I'm coming to this a little bit later. Let me first go ahead with the new things, and that's of course the new processor. It's the 6S processor, the A9 plus the co-processor, the M9. So you have still 2 cores, but first of all, you have 1.84 gigahertz and 2 GB of RAM instead of 1. And especially you might have seen my review of the iPhone 6S, and there you have seen that the benchmarks, well, above all limits, it's the quickest processor at the moment. So I hope that this will be kind of the same here with the A9 processor. And new is also Wi-Fi AC and Wi-Fi NFC. 4G, dual-SAR HSPA, Wi-Fi N have been on the predecessor, on the 5S to be precise, already. So that's not the difference, it's AC and NFC. Yeah, and last of all, you have to know about the internal, the not removable battery. That's now 1642 milliamps instead of 1560 on the 5S. With that, in the runtime test, you know, it's video playback at 200 nits in flight mode. The SE made it up to 632 minutes. That's 32% above the average, and especially 54% longer than the 5S that has had 411 minutes. At the moment, currently 14% below the overall average. So way more standby or talk time. So this is the first advantage. And the other thing you should know are the prices, because there are only 2 different models of the SE with 16 or 64 gigabyte internal memory. And internal, it's just memory, because you know it's just a SIM slot, nano SIM by the way, here on the front, on the side, and you cannot extend the memory, no SD card slot. So in this case, this is a 16 gigabyte model. model, and its net memory just 11.1 gigabytes. So especially if you go multimedia and think of 4K video, 11 gigabyte is nothing. You have photos, you have, even if it's just a full HD video, you have music, apps, all the other data. Nowadays, 11 gigabyte, not extendable. I guess in most cases it will be not enough for full 2 years. And especially 489 euros sounds so low for Apple, but if you choose the 64 gigabyte model, you are at 589 euros. All the prices, like always, Germany, Europe, including tax, may vary depending on your country. But compared to the German price of the 5S when it appeared, the smallest one was 699 euro instead of 489 to the 64 here. So it's of course cheaper than the 5S, and I guess better in every test result. We will see this, of course, later on. Again, like always, as text only on my website, mobiwatch.net, around about 1 to 2 weeks. Let me see how much I have to do, especially HTC is coming. But I promise as soon as possible you'll find the complete test on my website. This is enough, I hope, for a first impression here of the iPhone SE. Thanks for watching, take care and bye.